Hey guys, John here. In this video, we're gonna be installing a Heretic hidden light bar and Heretic 6-inch fog lights in my 3rd gen Toyota Tundra. So for the hidden light bar, if you would like to purchase that, you're gonna go ahead and have to take off the front bumper. I will leave how to do that in the iCard up above. It's a very short video, so I'll leave that right in the top right corner for you guys. And once your bumper is off, you can see we're gonna attach the brackets that they give us. So over on the crash bar right here, you're gonna locate this bolt up here and then 2 more down at the bottom right there. You're just gonna go ahead and take them off and then slide the bracket that Heretic provides on top of it. So over here, since this side's not on, we're gonna go ahead and take that bolt off and then those 2 bolts right here at the bottom that are attached to this silver part. Next, we're gonna come over here to our 20-inch light bar. So I elected to go for a clear one. They have amber like these that are gonna go in my fogs on their website as well. But we're gonna go ahead and take off these L brackets that are on the light bar. We don't need them, but because we're gonna put them into the mounts that we just installed on the crash bar of our Tundra. Okay, so when you put these mounts in, don't like tighten them down all the way because we still want to leave room for our light bar, because if you were to tie them down all the way and they're super far apart, our light bar won't sit properly. So go ahead and bring them like as close together as possible. And then we're gonna go ahead and set our light bar in, try to line it up as good as possible, and then we will tighten everything back down from the hardware that was already on this with those L brackets. We'll just tighten it into place. And then when everything is there, just make sure you kind of leave it a little bit loose because we're gonna test fit the bumper on the vehicle. But for now, I went ahead and I pushed the light all the way back and I centered this center screw pretty much with this center inside the truck, just hoping that everything is lined up properly from the manufacturer, but that's where I have it set right now. All right, so coming back over to our bumper, this is where the light bar is going to go, but you can see that there's some harnesses that are in the way a little bit. So we're gonna just go ahead and pop some of these up, maneuver some sensors around, zip tie it, most likely to this core support right here. And I'll show you guys exactly where I put all my harnesses. All right, so I got everything buttoned away. You could see that I took the whole harness down here off at the bottom. I had to leave these loose a little bit, tucked everything up under this little bracket area. This little guy that was right here, I kind of just left it in the same orientation that Toyota had it, put it up in the zip tie. Everything else is zip tied, just make sure stuff won't chafe over time. And I left this guy unhooked down there too. So now all this is good. We'll go ahead and line it up with the truck and then put the bumper on. Make sure that our light bar is gonna be nice and centered right here, and then we'll do the wiring. And the last thing before we test fit it on is this tab right here and that tab right there. Just go ahead and take some diked pliers. Let's make those nice and low because these things would touch your light bar. So I'm probably gonna cut them about down right there. So once you line up the light bar exactly where you need it to be, go ahead and tighten everything down, and then we're gonna focus on the harness here. So before we do anything electrical, make sure your battery of your truck is disconnected. So I disconnected that. We're gonna take the electrical harness out, plug it into the light bar, and then the switch that I'm using is actually from Caliray. So I'll leave a link to this down in the description for you guys. This one should fit OEM to the truck and it will look like it was just meant to be there. All right, and before I put everything up, holy crap, I just plugged it in real quick with the switch from the harness that's provided just to make sure that everything worked before I, put everything on, put it into the cab of the truck, and then flip the switch, and then nothing works. So it definitely works. All right, so we got the bumper fully secured. Light bar is hidden, which looks awesome. Now we're gonna go ahead and put on the fog. So if you guys get this kit with just the fog lights, you can do it with the bumper on, which is really, really cool. So I'll show you guys how. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take this whole valence off. It literally just pulls out from the Tundra. So we just gotta be careful. And it is tucked kind of up in here for a little bit of it. So we're just gonna pull this kind of just straight towards us. All right, so I have it out. Basically how I started it is in the center where the radar detector is. I kind of just pull it out because you guys can see the tabs up top. And then once I got over to the fog light, I kind of was able to put my hand around the fog light here, grab it and pull it out. And then with what was tucked up in this area, kind of pulled just towards me a little bit. Now we have the Heretic fog lights right here. These are their 6-inch and these are their amber ones. We're gonna go ahead and take off the L brackets again because they provided us with this bracket kit that will work for the Tundra lights. So go ahead and add these onto those. And for reference, this is how the brackets go. This is for the passenger side, and then the driver's side is the complete opposite of this. And we will then take off the LEDs from the Tundra, and that is only held in by 2 screws right there. So then once you take the stock fog light out, you can clean up this area if you want, but we have the stock harness here. Now, Heretic sells this kit with a whole harness if you want to individually turn on the lights yourself, but the Tundra, it kind of already does that. So I have these left over. These are some Morimoto plugs. I'll leave a link to something like this down in the description, and these will plug into the lights themselves right here. And then this portion will plug into our OEM harness, which is really nice. So then that way we could just use the toggles on the switch for these lights. All right, and obviously before you button everything back up, make sure that the lights work. So they work pretty freaking bright, nice amber color. Again, I just plugged it into the OEM harness, and then made sure that everything is buttoned up right here. I left all this nice and loose, so you're able to manipulate it, move this around, and then just tighten it all up once you're good. And then the cutoff for that, pretty on point with the OEM one over there. And this is a combo pattern. And there we have the hidden light bar in the middle, and then with the 2 6-inch pods on the side that replace our fog light housing. And they look pretty good in there. Got it actually pretty level, honestly. And there we have it fully installed on the truck. So the 2 fogs, the hidden light bar, time to test it out. And I'll do that for another video because we have a road trip coming up this Christmas to go to Texas, and there'll be plenty of night driving on that, so I could develop a full thought process of this. But I did angle the fog lights up just ever so slightly because when I did turn them on the other night, they were shooting down pretty low. And then I just wired this all the way up with the Cali Race switch. So very interested to see how it performs. But if this video helped you guys out, go ahead and help me out by giving me a thumbs up, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. All right, see you later.